Do you think IDubbbz is comfortable with his wife's OnlyFans? I don't think so.
It depends how much it makes and how that money is distributed, and if he gets what do they call it when you get like final cut approval? If it's that sort of thing, because I think like those things would be crucial if you were going to allow something like that to like publicly go on. I think maybe some people get on board with it then. I don't like the idea of it in general, but
wait, you don't like the idea
how much does it make? Are we talking about something that makes $8,000 a month or something that makes $80,000 a month or something that makes $280 a month?
I think before you even get there, you just don't know that information. You could still try and decide if it's a thing, because I think a lot of the hate is actually focused on that, and I never realized how big of a discussion and a thing like porn was in general. Even
it's. I just think the idea of your like significant other being out there like that is an interesting topic, because somebody I follow and I always think about this is Gal Gadot, Wonder Woman.
Mm-hmm.
She's like a married lady with a family, but so I'm always wondering like where's the line for her on racy? But I've seen like that girl's ass cheeks. I know, and I guess I'm sure her husband's okay with that, and she's always making out with some guy as Wonder Woman, right? Fucking Chris Pine. Mm-hmm. How different is that from her showing like 3/4 of her ass and like spreading her legs on the internet for $20 at a time, if it's adding up to about the same salary as what Gal Gadot gets?
And he might be into it. Like I say this, I had a friend in off-roading and his wife was hot. Like whatever. Everyone has their version of a perfect woman. She's a lot of people's perfect woman. And they were like really sexual out in public a lot. I remember he wore a t-shirt that said, "I love Head." Head is a brand of ski, for skiing. And it had the ski on it, but everyone knew what it meant. And she's there in the passenger seat, and you're like, there's the person he loves it from. Okay, then. We were friends at his campsite, call it like 6 tents. You could hear them fucking at night. And it wasn't subtle. It wasn't like, I hear the sleeping bag.
Could they hear you jerking off?
Probably. But it's like,
that's the
fuck me,
fucking
daddy, harder.
Sleeping bags
yeah, right. It wasn't like a subtle sort of like you hear the rustle. It was praise and kinky words and dirty talk and shit like that.
I wouldn't put up with that shit. I would literally like come back with, "Oh yeah, oh," like start counter groaning.
Yeah, you could do that.
Look, maybe I'm wrong, but I think that's shitty behavior at a fucking campsite to like.
Yeah, you know what I find shitty about it?
You guys, but let me get to my point.
Okay, yeah. See, so, that's an honest to talk. That's not a podcast for this guy.
I don't think that's fair. I get ripped on for interrupting fucking 10,000 times a show. They will rip me for interrupting, right? Meanwhile, I'm in the middle of a point. We change topics. No fucking big deal. Don't do that. That's fine. Woody can shut the fuck up and take a back seat every fucking time he has a point. Woody's matter, thoughts, and they don't count. They're nothing. Nothing. This fuck is hanging. That's how we all see it. So every once in a while, I say, "Hey, I'm getting to something." IDubbbz I think this guy liked that everyone found his wife sexy. I think it increased her value to him, right? Like this is someone that everyone wishes they had, and she's mine. Maybe IDubbbz gets off on that.
No, he's talking about the camping guy when he says that.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
We'll talk about both. I'm kind of making this analogy.
Yeah,
I knew a guy in real life.
Yeah,
who I'm sure dug that everyone thought his wife was so fucking sexy, and I think IDubbbz might dig it too.
And real quick to what Kyle said, where he was like he wouldn't put up with that. I also instantly would be like, my ears aren't your prop to get off right now. Like you guys aren't fucking there loudly so that you know that I hear it and you can get off on the fact that I know it. Like that's not I'm allowed to come watch then if I'm gonna hear it. You're not.
I'm not gonna be an accessory.
1 cent. Yeah, I want to see.
Fact. I'm getting involved. I want to
Let me see. Maybe I'm not even getting involved, but I want to see it if you're gonna be yelling in my ear about it.
They're doing.
I'm gonna be
form
outside
of
that tent with the moon casting my shadow on you,
and they're trying to force you to be involved in their exhibitionism. That's rude, and it's in the middle of a camp. You got to wake up early for fishing and stuff, and they're like, "Come on."
I have a take.
Girlfriend. It's great.
But you're probably way out in the middle of the woods, not disturbing the true campers, right?
No, I'm right there.
No.
We can always be louder.
You're in like a trailer park of it with the campers.
But so you're like Kyle, you're saying at a certain amount of income, the OnlyFans is cool.
Yeah. All right. So
Like
like
it's
at Belle Delphine level, like when we're talking about generational wealth, millions a month type stuff, I think she makes around one. I know that's a round number, but I think that's what it is. Someone told me.
It used
Like,
to be
Jesus
more. Right?
Christ. And she's banging her boyfriend anyway. So
But
it's- Go
yeah.
ahead.
What if it's just like it pays for your house?
oh,
That'd still be a ton.
it depends if you're also out there.
Like how much you
as,
think
like,
your little fucking snatch is worth, Kyle? Generational wealth. What do you think?
I'm just no.
Kyle's
Well,
a good
there's
looking guy.
different levels to it, is what I'm
Kyle
saying.
Snatch is worth
I
a
see-
lot. Take it from me.
Like if your girlfriend's out there making like $300 a month to like put pictures of her vagina there forever, it's like, all right, I don't think this is worth it. But if she's making 300,000 a month, it's a different story.
Yeah, it's sort of like fighting for a case
She's
of Bud
going to
Light
choose that
on-
300,000 over you.
It's like is
And like
is
90%
bum
of the
fights
time?
cool? Like is bum fights cool because that
99.9%.
guy's getting paid Bud Light? No, it's not cool. That the guy boxing for $70,000, that guy is cool. Like
well, the
fighting
bum-
itself isn't cool or not. It's about the surrounding situation. Wow, that guy who's trained fighting is going to make $100,000 versus that guy doesn't have teeth, probably hepatitis, and he might win Bud Light.
I've seen biting in those.
Yeah, it's a strategy. You've seen the classic one where the guy is like all about the boxing and they're in that like what is it like LA riverbed, that shit concrete garbage, and like
Yeah,
he gets
cool.
knocked down and the guy goes from tough guy to little baby. The second the other guy starts biting off a piece of
That's
his
felony
cheek.
fights, not
Yeah.
bum fights.
Oh, felon fights. You're right. Yeah, it's a
Felony
little once you
fights is
graduate.
so much scarier. Yeah.
Yeah. Have you seen that clip, Dick? Because the guy goes from
No.
falling back and then he goes, "Ah, ah, ah," because the guy's biting him. And the guy who's doing the biting doesn't stand up and look like a feral lunatic. He stands up like a triumphant victor of ancient battles, as though like that's what happens when you step to the king.
Jeez.
Like that's
The guy getting
felon.
bit is screaming for help.
Can you fill in for Froggy Fresh and box Chris Raygun? That guy, can you find him still?
Oh, Jesus.
this guy would fuck up either of those people, and I don't know what either of
He
those
was
guys look
super
like.
scary. He was a face biter, and
Those people are YouTubers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they've trained.
Oh yeah.
They've trained in views.
I think that his honestly, this is my take on it. I think that his wife's OnlyFans is like having a wife that's like wants to be a singer songwriter.
Mhm.
Where if it's good, like you'd be happy about it. Like Woody, your story
Yeah.
with the guy with the hot wife, or like
Mhm.
Gal Gadot. Like, yeah, my wife
they're
shows her
divorced,
ass.
by the way.
Oh, wow. What's your number? Where's you? But like, I think that Anisa's OnlyFans is bad, and IDubbbz knows it, and that's like why it's such a raw nerve.
You don't think he's a producer? Like he doesn't get executive producer credits? He's not taking editing because he has those skills. Why would you hire someone else?
Yeah,
Bad like
no,
the
that's-
content is bad, or bad like it's not making the money that they
The
thought it
content is
would?
bad.
Oh,
Like I think it's just like, oh yeah, I gotta like buy into this. Fuck. And I
You
gotta
said they
use
got a
this, like-
sponsorship, something about Arby's roast beef, like
I did say
Two-
that. Yeah.
5 for $5. or
I
something.
listen.
it's a big chain.
I mean, there are people that I could meet that could make content that I'm not a fan of, but I don't give a shit. I'm like, it's my wife's. Like, you're acting like if like your wife was a painter and she was a shit painter, you'd be like, oh, like I can't bear. Like that's
Yeah.
her work. Maybe it's not for you, but there's people that like it, and you just
Come on, there's a difference.
Is it
It's
but that's it.
It's the
would you
nudity.
guys,
That's the-
would you guys
it's-
marry an OnlyFans creator?
If it was
what
good.
level OnlyFans creator?
If she's
Is she
booming,
Tina, the snatch hoe who works at Bojangles in her
It's not
spare time?
six figures
Or-
a month. It's not six
Then
figures a
no,
month.
then no.
Yeah.
But is it 5?
Like to me, if my wife was bringing in an extra 120K a year to take pictures in the living room, I'm kind of very happy about that. I know people will see her nipples
Will you be
and
happy about the
vagina,
edits that we make of them?
No vagina. For
but
that,
I know
tell.
people will see people will see her nipples in her vagina. But like Derek saw that in college. It's not like it doesn't matter. It doesn't really.
Damn, did your girlfriend get
doesn't-
fucked by Derek?
That entire fraternity saw it. Don't kid yourself, Harley. And
But
the
like
football
that's the
team.
thing is like I mean I don't. I guess my take is this: I wouldn't have an issue marrying an OnlyFans creator if I loved them. I wouldn't. Having said that, I would not be keen on our daughter making an OnlyFans. And I
That's
don't know
gonna be a
why
hard
that makes
sell.
sense. I don't know why that makes sense.
But it does.
But that's how
it does.
that's how I feel right now as a man.
I know
with
why
no
it makes
kids
sense.
and a man who's not married to an OnlyFans creator that he loves. I'm just saying. I look at IDubbbz, and I was a fan of IDubbbz back in the day. I loved Content Cop. I was like, yo, here's a person who's fucking destroying some people that deserve it at the time. And I see what he's doing now, and I have firsthand experience with Anisa and him. And I think everyone disagrees apparently, but IDubbbz has had a major ascension / evolution. Maybe he's not the best at communicating to his fan base that he's not the same guy, but I feel like raising $1.3 million for charity is a better legacy than saying the N-word in Tana's ear, you know, or like making a Content Cop on Keemstar or Rice Gum. I feel like this is better, and I see they do that together. And
It's
even
a lot of
though-
money. It's
It's
impactful.
really hard to change in social media. Like if you become known for one thing, that's all they want from you forever. You may have two interests. I only care about the one I
Bro.
found you on.
Yeah,
Didn't
people-
Filthy Frank like totally become a singer?
he was one of the best
did?
swerves in he's
like,
actually
he was a
like
big YouTuber.
he's
and
like
now
Lana
just
Del
sings.
Rey for men. He's like Lana Del Rey for men. I know that sounds bad, but it's actually great. And it's really fascinating. It's a really fascinating swerve on and pivot, and one of the more interesting ones on YouTube, in my opinion, of
Did y'all
people
see
that
it?
were creators.
Are we ready to shift topics? Have we agreed this Froggy guy has gotten off with a lot of money, and we all hate him now?
No,
That was the consensus,
no,
right? We all
no.
hate Froggy.
don't. I can't. Don't
From
do
Like
this.
even
Harley's
Dick
now.
List
turned on
to
it.
God's
There's
ears.
Guys, if
I
we-
hate him now.
And
Yeah,
by the
we're
way,
gonna-
you know I tried to get Froggy on here, right? You guys know I tried to book Froggy before all this shit happened.
I did not.
I
I didn't
did.
know about Froggy until this.
I did. I was
this
pushing on
situation.
Chiz. I was like, bro, you know, Krispy
They're
Kreme,
very
Froggy
selective
Fresh?
about their guests. They won't let Vito on either because he's apparently a pedophile or something like that.
No, you know what? We got to get him on. I need to ask
He
him more
offered me
about.
child pornography.
I-
That was the first conversation we had.
Because you're a felon. He thought that's what you do.
Okay, that's fair, but they were
Yeah.
Polaroids.
I'm gonna break the ice with this guy. No, I need to talk to him about how he masturbated his cat.
Oh yeah,
Wait,
I
who is
forgot
this?
he did that.
This is
Vito
Dick's co-host.
Giswaldi of the biggest problem in the universe.
Yeah, last time I was a guest on The Biggest Problem. Check it out, Biggest Problem. It Dick like threw me for a loop where you said something like, "Yeah, Vito, tell him about how you masturbate your cat," and I'm like, "Oh, this must be like a silly running bit." And Vito started being like, "Ugh, "It's not that bad," like insincerity a little bit. And he's like, "Hold on, wait." This has to be uncovered. Like what was the impetus of this? And I guess when cats get horny, so does he. So that's how he
It's
takes
just
care of
easy.
What,
It's
are you
easy
gonna let
to
him
shut him
meow all
up.
night? It's like
Victimless
milking
crime.
a cow that's mooing. You're relieving their stress.
Yeah.
it.